Do you know you can never get the original copy of your birth certificate? Do you know you can never get the original copy of your birth certificate? If you put me to the test, I would take that challenge. I guarantee you, this is facts. You can never get the real copy of your birth certificate. You can never get the real copy. Tell me that I'm lying, because I'm speaking some true stuff. This is why my Facebook page, not my Facebook page, but my YouTube minutes of me going live, I can't go live on YouTube no more. Because they cut me from going live on YouTube because I was giving people the truth. Now this is facts, guys. Frank C. Bussey, Joshua Bussey, Jeffrey Graham. You can never get the original copy of your birth certificate. So where in the hell is the original copy of where's the original copy of your birth certificate? Don't you know that? They give you a synthetic copy. You'll never get there. You'll never get the original thing, the real deal of your birth certificate. What they do is they give you a synthetic copy of your birth certificate. Watch this, guys. So when they give you that synthetic copy of your birth certificate, let's go back to the canvas. Let's go back to the canvas. So let's just say this is the birth certificate, right? BC stands for birth certificate. Let's say this is the real deal of your birth certificate. What they do is that they give you a copy. This is a copy. This is not the real deal. This is a copy. You cannot get the original copy of your birth certificate. So where is the original copy of your birth certificate? Where is it taken? The real copy of your birth certificate is taken to the state. Watch this, guys. Oh, man. It's finna turn up, guys. It's finna turn up. The real copy of your birth certificate is taken to the state. The real copy of your birth certificate is taken to the state while they give you a copy. They would never tell you this. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know also your original birth certificate is on a security stock exchange on the New York City stock market? Did you know that? So your real birth certificate, guys, your real birth certificate goes to the New York City stock market, guys. The New York City stock exchange. The New York City stock exchange, guys. That's where your real deal of your birth certificate goes to. It goes to the New York City stock exchange, and they give you a copy. Your birth certificate goes to the state, which is the New York, your real copy of your birth certificate goes to the state, the New York City Stock Exchange, while they give you a copy. And you think that this copy is the real deal. And so guess what? You got fooled again. That's why in John 10:10 in the Bible, it says the thief come not but to do three things. Matter of fact, we need to get that. We need to get that, guys. We need to get that. Let's go into the Holy Bible now. If you got your Holy Bibles, get your Holy Bibles and turn with me to John chapter 10, verse 10 in the New Testament. And I'm going to show you. So in the New Testament, we're going to John chapter 10, verse 10. Frank C. Bussey, Joshua Bussey, Jarrell Cone, and many more that's tuned in watching. Go to John 10:10 in your King James Bible, and we're going to read this. Now watch this. I'm going to flip so you can see it. This is John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. This is what Yahushua said, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Some call him Jesus Christ. A lot of people know him as Jesus Christ. So this is what Jesus Christ said. He said, the thief come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, the Bible never really illustrates and tell you who the thief is. The Bible never tells you who the thief is. But I know who the thief. Listen to me. I know who the thief. The thief is the satanic system. The thief is the government. The thief is the jurisdiction. The thief is the higher powers. The thief is the 13 banking families, the Illuminati, the Luciferians. Now, Who are these people? These people are known as the Edomites in the Bible. So the people that runs this, you can tell me I'm wrong all you want. But at the end of the day, you're going to see that this is facts. The people that run this government, black folks don't run this government. Hispanic folks don't run this government. Native Americans don't run this government. Who runs the jurisdiction? Who runs District of Columbia? Who makes the rules and regulations as far as the legislative branch? Who is over the Congress? Come on now. It's the Edomites, which is the so-called white man, or what you call white people. Yes, this is all a setup, guys. So if they delete my video, if they delete this, you better download this video, because when I'm finished, they might take it down. And if they delete this video, you know that it's real. You know what I was trying to tell y'all is real. So when the Bible says in John 10:10, the thief come not but to steal, kill, and destroy, they will never tell you that it's these satanic people that's running this system. It's the people that's running this corporate system. It's the people that's over this jurisdiction. It's the people that's over the government, better yet known as the Satanists. And guess what? While you are in the United States of America, they are controlling you and they are slaving you. You are a servant to this corporate system. You is nothing but a corporate slave. All of us are corporate slaves over here. Tell me that I'm wrong. I did years and years of these studies. And I know what the hell I'm talking about. Listen to me, guys. But they would never tell you that. They got you thinking that the devil is in the ground waiting on you. They got you thinking that the devil got horns and a pitchfork and a red little suit with demons and flames of fire waiting on you if you're a bad person. That's the illusion that they gave you guys. They gave you religion to keep you controlled. They gave you politics to keep you controlled. They gave you education. They set the schools up to keep you controlled. This is why your children have to attend school. You don't need school. The only thing you need out of school is to learn how to read, is to learn how to write, and learn how to do a little bit of arithmetics. All this other stuff is extra. But you know what? They set that up. They set the educational systems up to control your children so they wouldn't think freely. They set religion up to control your children so they couldn't think freely. They set the politics up to control you. The politicians will make you think that you got freedom of choice when you really don't. This is what these people, these higher powers that run this government and that's over the Federal Reserve, this is what they did to us. So when John 10:10 says the thief come not but to steal, kill, and destroy, you better believe that the so-called white man. Because a lot of people get in their feelings and say, well, this is not about race. They'll say this is not about race. You damn right. It's not about race. It's about truth. Hamilton Thomas, it's not about race. It's about truth. Mackenzie Baskins, it's not about race. It's about truth. Joshua Bussey, it's not about race. It's about truth. Jarrell Cone, Frank Bussey, it's not about race. Jeffrey Graham, it's not about race. It's about truth. It's not about race at all. That you're right. It's about truth. The truth can't be racist, guys. It's not about race at all. That you're right. It's about truth. The truth can't be racist, guys. So they got you believing that you got rights here. They got you believing that you actually share a part of this system when you don't. This is governmental treason because they created a fake you from your birth certificate. They took your birth certificate and sold it to the New York City Stock Exchange and gave you a fake copy. They took your birth certificate and created a legal fiction. They created a straw man from your birth certificate and got you believing that's who you really are. This is government treason. All right? So when your parents signed your birth certificate, you never got the original copy because it went to the state and it went on the New York City Stock Exchange and they gave you a copy of your birth certificate. You never got the real deal. Your birth certificate is a security on the stock exchange in the New York City stock market. If you order your birth certificate, because if you order your birth certificate or if you want to get a new one, sometimes it's free, but sometimes you got to pay a couple dollars. On your birth certificate at the bottom, on this birth certificate, listen to me, on your birth certificate, at the bottom of it, it would state this. It would state like, it would be at the bottom. I don't want to show y'all my birth certificate. I could, but that's personal information I don't want to show online. I don't want to show social media my birth certificate. But on the bottom of your social certificate, it should be, let's see, it should be on the right-hand corner. If it's not at the bottom, get your birth certificate. If you got your birth certificates, I believe it's on the at the bottom or the right-hand corner. So it might be like on the right-hand corner right here, or it might be somewhere located at the bottom or somewhere. On your birth certificate, on the right-hand corner, I believe, you will have a series of numbers, guys. And these will be right here. These will be like red numbers. These will be like red numbers that's printed on your birth certificate. Most likely it's probably in the right-hand corner. Those numbers are a security stock exchange number on the World Stock Exchange. So when you see these red numbers in the top right corner, I believe, of your birth certificate, that's a stock exchange number on the World Stock Exchange. Now, if you go, let's say, if you go to any good stock office and you ask them to check these numbers, you want to go to a stock office, you ask them to check those numbers in their computer to see how much this stock is worth on this certificate. And they check it for you, right? Okay. So you have them to check it, and they check it for you, right? When they check that number, guys, listen. When they check that number, which is on the right hand corner of that birth certificate, that your birth certificate is worth millions of dollars, man. If you didn't know that, guys, your birth certificate is worth millions of dollars. So when they check that, you might be surprised to come in terms of that. Your birth certificate is worth millions of dollars. And this is why your birth certificate, this is why the original copy of your birth certificate was sold to the state, because what they do, they take your birth certificate and they use you for collateral to pay off the elite's debt. So while they got you believing that you in debt, they got you believing that America is in debt. America ain't in no damn debt. The elite banking families are in debt that make you pay off their debts by making you corporate slaves. This is why you get a taxpayer ID, because you got to pay taxes. You got to pay taxes to the state. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So why in the hell are we paying taxes? Because that lets you see that you are a corporate slave under the jurisdiction of these elite banking families. These 13 international banking families, they don't work, but they make you a corporate slave. So you better realize what's going on, man. When the Bible says in John 10:10, the thief come to kill, steal, and destroy, you better realize what's going on, man. Let's go back to the canvas. You are worth money. The international bankers bought you back in the year of 1930. So back in the year of, let's say 1930. 1930 is the same year when the international bankers bought you and made you a corporate slave. That your straw man cannot exist unless your parents sign your birth certificate. If your parents never sign your birth certificate, then your straw man cannot exist. Your straw man, that's a front to represent you in a fictional world. This is just a front that represents you. So if you have a taxpayer ID, if you have a social security card, if you got a social security number, that lets you see that you are a corporate slave to the state. And that also lets you see that your parents didn't know what the hell they was doing, because when they signed your birth certificate, they sold you out to the state. They registered you over to the state. Now the state can do whatever, can do whatever the hell they want to do with you, because you represent your straw man now. You feel me? You feel me, guys? So like I was saying, you never get the original copy of your birth certificate. You never get the original deal of your birth certificate. You get a copy of your birth certificate. Just like you buy a car. When you buy a car, they don't give you the original title. Think about this, guys. When you buy a car, they don't give you the original title of the car, because the original title of the car is known as the MSO. So when you buy a car, you better believe they don't give you the original title of the car. That's the MSO. The original title of the car gets sold off to the state too, and they give you a copy. They give you a copy of the title of the car. You don't get the original MSO of the car. You know why? Because that's registered. That's registered. That's why you have to have a tag to drive it. That's why you have to have a valid license to drive it. That's why you have to have insurance to drive it. If it was your damn car, then you shouldn't have to have a tag to drive it. If it was your car, you shouldn't have to have a valid driver license to drive it. If it was your car, you shouldn't have to pay car insurance on it. But all these are different forms of registration that let you see that you are a corporate slave and that you represent your straw man, guys. Let's draw a car. That's the car, right? Now, the MSO, what the MSO, I talked about the MSO. The MSO, that's the original birth certificate of the car. So the MSO is the original birth certificate of the car. The MSO is the original birth certificate of this car, right? The MSO is not given to the buyer. So the MSO, let's say you bought this, let's say you copped this car, you bought this Bentley. The MSO, that's not going to be given to the buyer. So the MSO is not going to go to the buyer of the car. So the buyer don't get the MSO of the car. The state signs it away. See, the MSO goes exactly just like the original, just like the real deal of your birth certificate goes to the state. The MSO, the original MSO of the car, that goes to the state. The original birth certificate of the car, that goes to the state. And you know what they do? You know what they do? The state signs it away and they give you a title. They get a buyer that you receive what you call a title. You receive what you call a title. You don't get the original MSO. You can never get the original MSO, like you can never get the original birth certificate, because, like I said, you are a corporate slave and you're registered. So the title says to the buyer, it's the owner of the car. So you thinking that you actually the owner of the car. You see that? That's why I tell you the thief come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. This is some very clever people that we are dealing with. The Edomites of the Bible. The people that run this government, they are very clever people. I'm going to tell you, the same people, the government, the satanic Luciferians, the same people that run this government was known as the serpent in the Garden of Eden that deceived Eve. And it wasn't a snake. A snake represents a mischievous person. A snake is a personification of a very deceptive person. Because when you read that story in Genesis about that serpent deceiving Eve, it wasn't a literal snake, unless you believe that snakes can talk. That was figurative. That was an allegory to point to that snakes are mischievous people. Snakes are very deceptive people. Snakes are very cunningly devised people who can throw rocks and hide their hands, who can stab you in the back when you're not looking, who can pull the wool over your eyes, who can steal in the front of your face and you don't even notice it. That's what the snake is in the Garden of Eden, guys. It's not original snake. So when you read that story, if you don't have the spiritual discernment, you would think that you would think that this is an original snake. It's not a serpent that deceived Eve. It's these same group of people that's deceiving a lot of Eves today, because Eve means the mother of living. That's all Eve means. Eve, E-V-E, it means the mother of living. And there's many Eves in the earth today. That would be the woman. What you call female, what you call woman, what you call lady, that's Eve. And the government is still deceiving a lot of Eve today, just like the serpent deceived Eve in the beginning of time. So you guys better wake up and you better enter and understand what's truly going on. All right? So they got you thinking that you own your car. You ain't even got the MSO. The MSO of the car went to the state. They got you thinking that the real you is the one that's paying these bills and paying these water bills. They got you thinking that the real you is you representing in court, when that's a straw man. See what the devil do? The devil does this, man. But now you can keep thinking the devil waiting on you in the ground. You feel me? You will never sin unless you realize You see them every day. You walk among them every day. Josh Bushy, you walk among the devil every day. Hamilton Thomas, you walk among the devil every day. McKinsey Baskins, you walk among the devil every day. Who else? Jarrell Cone, you walk among the devil. Frank C. Buss, you walk among the devil every day. Jeffrey Graham, you walk among the devil every day. And guess what? Each day you walk among the devil, you better believe you are in the flames of fire. You already in hell. What you waiting on the hell for? You already in hell. They deceive you through religion to get you. Let me tell you something. Religion comes from the Vatican. Who created religion? The Vaticans did. Because I'm kicking knowledge that they ain't going to give you. Religion would never teach you this. The church systems will never teach you this, man. Listen what I'm saying. You've been lied to. You've been lied to your whole entire life. You've been lied to. It's a blessing for you guys to come in contact with me, because many people don't come in contact with me, and many people are lost. Let's keep it moving, guys. So the MSO of your car, you don't receive the MSO of your car, which is the original birth certificate, and you don't receive the original birth certificate that you received when you're a baby. That goes to the state. The original birth certificate goes to the state, and the MSO of the car goes to the state, and they give you a title just like they give you a copy of your birth certificate. This is why every year you must get tags to drive your car. Every year, you tell me why in the hell you must get a tag to drive your vehicle every year? If the vehicle truly belongs to you, why you got to get a tag every year to drive it? You cannot manipulate the vehicle without a license plate. So is it truly your car? You cannot manipulate the vehicle without insurance. So is it truly your car? The payments that you make on your vehicle belongs to the banks. Is it truly your car? Even when the vehicle is paid off, even when you pay the vehicle off, even if it's paid off, your so-called title, you can't drive it unless you pay taxes. Same thing as your house. Same thing as your house, guys. I'm trying to open your eyes. Let's draw a house over here. Same thing as your house. You paid for it, right? You walking around talking about you paid for it, right? The bank owns your house. The bank owns your house. The bank owns it. If you don't pay your land taxes, the bank truly, listen to me, if you don't pay your land taxes, man, that is your straw man taxes, guess what? Something truly seriously can happen. See, the banks truly don't allow you to own no land. You may think that you own land. You may think that you own the land for your house. But they don't allow you to own no damn land here. They simply do not. Because if you truly own the land, guys, you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it, man. If you truly own the land, you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. You don't pay taxes on your house. If you don't pay taxes on your house and on your land, something seriously can happen. And that's not by chance. Okay, guys? Go ahead and not pay taxes on it. It would certainly be repossessed. The landlord is the owner. The landlord is in charge. He doesn't have to pay anybody or anything because it is the land of the Lord. You've been deceived over here. This is why all this stuff that I got before you, this is notes to try to free your soul, to try to get you out of this matrix, guys. To try to get you out of this matrix, to try to open your eyes up. I'm Jesus Christ, man. I'm Jesus Christ that come to open the eyes of the blind. I'm the anointed one. I'm the Messiah that come to open the eyes of the blind. I'm the Son of God, a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, that come to open the eyes of the blind. They come to set the captives captivity. They come to bring liberty to the captives. They come to set you free from this matrix. They come to set you free out of this three-dimensional plane. I might not be the same Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago, but I'm certainly the prototype of Jesus Christ, just like any other prophet was in the Bible.